Once into Nigeria, Mike and Robert hitched a ride and struck off to look for surf in a place no one had ever surfed before. The odds against finding surf in a strange country are pretty high. Even getting to a beach is difficult. With their fantastic luck still with them, they hiked into a beach and paddled right out into some hot little waves. When I say hot in this case, I don't refer to the shape of the waves, but to the actual temperature of the waves. The water temperature here in Nigeria, almost on the equator, was an unbelievable 91 degrees. It melted the wax right off the board. The air temperature was about 100. The humidity felt like 5,000%. Felt drier underwater than it did up there in the air. United Nations ship outside, ready to enter the harbor at Lagos, Nigeria. We have no way of knowing whether this is a good day of surf for Nigeria or a bad one. All we know, it was like this when we were there, and it's still better than a lot of days we get in California. Unlike Ghana, only one native watched. He wasn't exactly overactive. Neither would you be when it's 100 degrees. It was so hot on the beach, I decided to wade out in the water and show you what it looks like if you're standing chest deep in Nigerian water, watching Mike Hinson ride by, perched on the nose. You keep one eye on Mike and the other eye on the bottom for creatures like stonefish that exist there. If you step on a stonefish, you die in about 15 minutes. Surfing a place like this is no problem. The problem is finding it to begin with, and in this case, the problem was getting back to the road to hitch a ride. They had to hike through a jungle between the beach and a road. If you get off the path, you never find your way out. This was a full-on jungle full of all kinds of creepy things, snakes, spiders. They expected Tarzan to come swinging by in a vine. From Nigeria, they're headed to South Africa. They'll be crossing the equator for the first time. For the first time, it's now officially summer. It was November. Landing in Cape Town, they'll also be going to Durban, 1,200 miles up the coast. A landmark in Cape Town that's as famous as Diamond Head is Table Mountain. Let's go up on top and take a look. Top, you can see a long way down the Cape Peninsula. It's a finger of land about 2 miles long and 5 miles wide. It separates two great oceans. On one side of the peninsula is the Atlantic Ocean, on the other, the Indian Ocean, ending in the famous Cape of Good Hope. It's a 2,000-foot vertical drop from Table Mountain to the suburbs of Cape Town below. Mike getting his jollies in for the day. There are surfers in South Africa. John Whitmore is the leader of the group in Cape Town. John makes surfboards and sells Volkswagens. There are about 100 surfers around Cape Town, and when Mike and Robert arrived, all 100 of them took the day off to go surfing. In California, surfers usually split up into small groups and go to different beaches trying to avoid crowds. Here in Cape Town, they like to go all together. Down the Cape Highway past many beaches with no one on them and good surf. But they don't split up. They all go to the same beach. It doesn't matter what beach, as long as they're together. They were also anxious to see Mike and Robert surf. They get to the beach together, but when they actually surf, they split up into small groups. 1 or 2, 10 or 20. They don't care, the more the merrier. These are brave men. As you can tell, they haven't been surfing long in Cape Town, but they really have a ball. They get out there and really go at it.